Okay, so today at the suggestion of Wormius, actually, he mentioned it yesterday. I'm going to be playing Chess Evolved online just to try it out. This is my chess day anyway, so I'm always open to playing other kind of, chess inspired video games. In fact, I was trying to look for one for a while. There was that like Chess Ultra wasn't very good, but what was it? It was Chess exclamation mark that I loved the whole concept of it, but it was still kind of scuffed, where it integrated an actual popular chess website, which no chess game ever is very popular apparently. But the reason why it does that is because then you can play rated games on the chess through it, but it has like a 3D board and model and setup like that. So it's chess exclamation mark. It was borderline good and what I always wanted, but it still wasn't quite good enough. It didn't have enough good feedback, like visuals. It wouldn't actually show you the rating in the game or anything. It wouldn't let you analyze all those features you have to go to the chess for. All it does is sort of steal the ability to do matchmaking and sort of transplant it onto there, which is not really, that it has one job. It's already, not, it's already borrowing from the player base. So, it should have done a little more work to make that better, but whatever. I've been fascinated by the whole 3D boards idea. And of course, I like all these other zany versions. So this is supposed to kind of like combine my two obsessions basically, where it's like a card game plus chess where you have like over 500 options to choose from or something. But I think I even maybe briefly remember this. How the fuck am I supposed to read that quickly? uh I think I even briefly remember maybe playing this when I closer to when I came back to streaming like a year or two ago. But maybe I just played it like one game and I couldn't find like a match online. So I think that is the main problem that you would have with this. It seems like a cool idea, but again, it could even be fun to play against AI. Sit at the chessboard and play with yourself, as Magnus said, but it may be that that's the problem. Chess Evolved Online CEO is currently unfinished and developed at a snail-paced, creepy turtle slow, just like chess. The best formats in chess, classical, correspondence pace. I've been working on the game since 2012, nowhere near being done, partly due to I work alone. Because developing the game is like pushing a boulder up a mountain. None of this matters though. If people play online, then that makes up for a million sins because it would still be fun based on that alone. This means there are unaddressed issues that are still present in the game. Freeze and crash, connection problems, UI glitches. You still think it's worth to play the most badass chess game ever. I like how open he is about it, but I mean, other players will know you by this name, but the question is, are there even other players? Or again, it's one of those things that always feels like I don't really give a shit about all this. It's the fact that you're basically able to, if I was a moderately bigger streamer, even then, oh, you could just play against viewers because that's an advantage you'd have. I feel like every big streamer, I don't want to act like, oh, if it was me, like pie in the sky, act like I'm humble or whatever. But if, I don't feel like those people always appreciate the position that they're in. Like with my old debate format, I would have 5 to 10 people in there at most. That's it. I would have no more than 10 to 15 viewers, and a lot of them would participate in those debates. The point is, even the willingness just to do that. This was like in the Destiny days where I give him a lot of credit as like an inspiration of mine, and he was great. I don't know what happened to him really, but whatever. The point is that success ruins everybody. The point is that there's a certain like privilege that comes with it. If you had 100,000 viewers, it's about more than just, oh, let me just play games and have fun and react to videos at that point. There's something else that comes with it that I feel like a lot of people don't do. Maybe they're afraid to. They don't want to touch on controversial issues or get in trouble or something like that, but there's just something that's missing with it, right? Like a will to do certain formats or whatever. I don't know. It's easy to say it when you're not in that position, but I'm just saying, like, I always, even like with my formats, I'm first play through Permadeath format. I don't have to do that. I'm not doing it for views or content. It's just something that I find fun to do, period. So I'm always known for doing formats, even if, again, it's just my own thing. These units can be used in your first custom army. Click a box to read more about it. I mean, I'm a big fan of Magic, so I'll go with Arcane. But no, this could be fun to even do like a single player playthrough, even if I just do AI battles and try to go through like a story mode. Cunning and unpredictable. Arcane units manipulate the battle using various magics. Take this box if you prefer to have a magical attack. I probably wouldn't in the context of chess, but so there's like over 500 pieces. This is such a cool idea, bro. Like if I was a game developer too, I was saying if I was a big streamer, I would do such and such. Now, if I was a game developer, I would make some shit like this. And we got a pack opening. So the one thing I didn't get though, it says like on the Steam page, every piece is meant to be equal and balanced, but there are some that it's okay if they're not, right? Like there could be queen pieces that are better than the rest of the pieces, and each player gets one of them, right? So that part is fine. Even in chess, every piece isn't equal. They're equal to your opponent's piece, but they're not equal to each other. Case in point is the fucking knight just sucks, you know, even compared to supposedly the bishop that's even. So with this, you're just seeing kind of the movement pattern. So it's in the middle. The black, I assume it can move 2 squares in every direction, but it can also attack, I guess, 3 squares out from where it goes. Right, that little, I'm assuming. Oh, this is going to be confusing as hell. But see, this is what I mean. This is automatic. This is already more complicated than chess by far. In fact, the board looks almost way too big. This is like fucking Fire Emblem. Just call it, you know, what it is. You know, Fire Emblem was always inspired by chess and grid-based in a way, and all the characters have different abilities. Why is all the coolest shit like impossible to actually enjoy though? Because either it goes offline or nobody plays it themselves. So this could have a cool element to it, which it probably doesn't, but like where it'll do it after a turn. So you poison the space, and then it'll stay poisoned forever, or it'll do it after a turn or something like that. I don't even understand what it's showing me. Like the black is the piece, the blue is the movement, the thing is a poison, and then what is that? So it'll hit 1 square with poison, and it'll hit 1 square with the purple, which I don't know what that even really means. Okay, so you got 2 poison mages, the bomber. Or yeah, I could do it in a Nuzlocke sense too, where I'm not allowed to what did I like, not allowed to craft cards, if you can even do that. Like you can't disenchant stuff or whatever. Bomber is going to be black is there, and I don't really know what that means. Like what, you're hitting stuff like halfway across the fucking board? You see one, I don't know what the colors of the squares really mean. Banshee. So you would hit, I assume the purple is like what you're attacking. But then again, I don't know, they're not really consistently colored. Wind Mage, like Soren from, speaking of Fire Emblem, you have, I don't know, I'd have to figure them out in the course of a game. Some of these are confusing as hell. It's just using different colors to explain the same thing. I'm sure there's at least one person probably playing. I should do some sort of permadeath type thing though, because I don't really get how it's going to work though, because how many... Let's just try it. What? Wait, how do you even do anything? Welcome new players. We recommend to try a tutorial very soon or improve upon the classic army using a starter pack in the army editor. You also have some coins to spend in the shop. Here you can edit your army, test area, view collection, upgrades, edit army. Okay, visit the shop, spend your coins to expand your collection. Go here to tutorial area, learn some basic gameplay mechanics. You can join a multiplayer queue. Let's just do it because I want to see if there's even anybody here, period. Lock. Ranked challenge. Play a casual game, but this is still against another player, right? There's not going to be anybody playing this ever. Experience 0 through, what does that mean? Like it'll keep expanding the range of a player's experience that it can match. Oh shit, is there actually somebody here? But how? Move only, attack only, I'm not gonna know what the hell is going on, but I'm just happy to have found a thing with this. I can't figure out what's happening. I don't know whether that's a good trade or not even, but there's gonna be like some crazy shit you can just kill me with that. The capture stuff is kind of cool. So what do I even have that's like I'm just gonna do it in a vanilla sense. Like I'll do like I'll just beat you with regular pieces. Because the win condition, everything should still be the same. I don't get what's happening with the time either. You have 10 minutes, but why? What is this? Oh, it's just a rook. Why is it there though? So there's like no proper queen or what? Doesn't matter even if he does that. Like, what's the problem? You hit this, and then I should just be able to easily take it, so I don't get what the big deal is. You go here, you get in check, you attack that. Why couldn't I do that before? Or why couldn't I castle, for example? What would have impeded my ability to castle there? A beacon. I'm still going to win because I'm just good at regular chess compared to these people, probably. Right, like, they probably do it as a gimmick. It doesn't mean that... What the fuck is with the castle, bro? What? Oh, you have to, like, hit it onto there, which... By that logic, I kind of castled to the wrong side. There'll be some weird shit that can just hit stuff across the board, and then I won't be able to do anything with it. You can go to here. I should probably take my time a little bit, as much as I feel so almost intimidated. That's just a pawn, though, isn't it? What are these? Or yeah, even the grid-based thing, like it shows you how they move. Wait. You can go like this, and I don't know what exactly that would mean. You would think there's like some kind of shit you can just do here. So you can just capture it with some magical thing. Beacon recalls militia. What does that mean, bruh? It should be over. That's good enough. Why do I have to do anything? Is it my turn? Like, what do you mean? Black lost their king. Okay. What do you mean, dude? What do you mean black lost their king? Then what the fuck is the point of the game? I hate when they try to be all cheeky with this. Like, you lost the king. Don't try to make another win condition weird shit, bro. It's over. What the fuck? I hate all this shit. Why not just have a normal win condition like that? Is it my turn even? I can't tell what the fuck is going on. He's gonna win somehow now on some other weird win condition that just doesn't really exist. You move it to there. That's perfectly fine. You can't do anything with this. I don't know what's going on actually, but you move it to there. Don't really care. Take this here. He has only bishops there. Okay, victory. I guess he resigned. Results in 1 second. So I have no fucking idea what happened, but presumably that's a player. Private account. It could also just be a bot that they want me to think is an account. Like, I could almost check it on the Steam charts thing. Let me actually see. It seems virtually unlikely that anybody would ever be playing this game just because it's so obscure, not because it isn't even good necessarily. Team charts, let's see. Or it seemed to have like a little bit of fanfare. What does it even called? I already forgot. CEO, Chess Evolved Online. Chess Evolved. No, but like, I'm surprised there's not like one definitive chess game that everybody goes to. Current player is 19. Show me like the all-time peak. All-time peak is only 141. Like, why are all chess games fucking dead all the goddamn time? I'm not gonna pretend like I know what happened there. See, it almost makes it fun too, just to play even with vanilla pieces than a novelty. Like, for example, even if I use the regular set of just normal pieces, I can just win with that anyway, right? And arguably, it's not even that much worse, probably, than what they're using. It's just different. How do I, like, see my thing, like my deck, if I want to... Oh, yeah, edit army. I'm dumb. Okay, so our starting thing is actually the regular chessboard. So at least this, you know, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a vanilla sense. Or you can do it like every time you lose, you have to get rid of... Oh, that's a fun idea. Every time I lose a game, which of course I'm not even going to, I have to get rid of one piece. And then I can't put that piece back. Well, but assuming I won't have multiple of the same one, then that piece is gone for good. So like I lose my rook, this if I lose. And then... Look, it doesn't mean I have to play... should I? Assuming anybody is actually doing that shit. Although I am happy that at least there are games to play. So I didn't understand the movement pattern. Let's just do it. I didn't understand if either player has a blitz token, both players receive a bonus. I don't want to fucking play a blitz player though. I struggle enough with just regular chess. But I like this vanilla sort of obstinate thing. I want play a game with 500 chess pieces. They said it'll be fun. They said also I insist upon using the vanilla ones, but it means more because even if only my opponents are using them or the option exists to use them, that makes it more fun to use them normally. And the game is even rewarding me with the ability to. The game is even rewarding me. No, this is actually unbelievably good though. This is better than I even thought it would be. There's so much good shit, man. One day I'll become a game developer myself just to correct the wrongs that... Something's just weird. Like, all the coolest shit just nobody ever does because... How hard is it to just make, like, one uniform game for chess that everybody ever plays? Right, online and VR and some kind of 3D piece set with all kind of variations you can do. Alright, we're just playing like a normal game. In fact, they're playing like a normal game too, unless they have something... The UI is a little janky at times, but as long as it's clear enough what everything is. Right, I'll just beat you in a normal game, so what the fuck is the point? Why are we even playing this game? What is this, like a bottom feeder effect type shit or what, dude? All this is a little bit unnecessary too. Like, what do you think you're doing with the thing? Like, I don't know. It's kind of a little bit too much, or it makes it seem like too obvious. Like, I don't need this help, clearly, but it's whatever. That's fine. Or no. It's like they're using mostly vanilla pieces, but they're not all the same. Okay, you go to here, you can escape to there. I like how the fundamentals do come through at least a little bit with respect to... Okay, so there's a little rook action and shit off the side there. I don't think these people really understand who they're playing against though, dude. Like, I'm literally top 30% in the world at chess, apparently on the chess, which is nothing but, you know, bottom feeder effect that I always talk about, like with Botez or something. But the fact of the matter is that... You move that to there. I just feel like, I don't want to get cocky, but I feel like a lot of the time people don't really know exactly what they're doing. And the reason why they don't know is because, you know, they're not really good at regular chess, which again, I'm not even saying I'm that good, but mostly they have a lot of rooks. That's the main thing I'm seeing here. They take it onto there, I take it onto here, and everything is perfectly fine. So now if you can give a check onto there, that's kind of cute. And you may very well have to sack a rook. He sacks the rook. Levy would be proud, but it's not... Wait, oh. You go to here. If you raise the thing, I also take. I take, you take, I still take. Everything is perfectly fine with that. This would actually help you in regular chess, though, just the fact that you can see everything, like... You can totally take this, but I almost... No, wait, I can't. Where was it? No. Ah, fuck. I didn't mean to even do that. Okay, just... Or wait, that fucked it up now. If you take, I take. It's pinned to the queen, so you can't even move it. Now you could move this shit. You could move this shit over here, and the reason why you could do that is because my rook isn't covered, so now you have to figure something else out. You can give a check onto there, and then you could do like some kind of crazy unleash if you go back behind. And if you don't, I can give you a check on the other side as well. Or what you could actually do is just... Wait a second. Why can't I just like do this? And then you go over maybe to there. What? Ah, yes, of course. The king isn't actually the win condition of the game. I forgot. I don't... This is where people try to be too fancy. What is the point? Their king is dead. Like, what do I do now? That should be worth like infinite points. I don't get it. Always trying to be so cute and cheeky with this dumb shit. Yes, of course. Now I'll lose because, you know, I would give up a material advantage to try to, you know, to try to capture the king, as if that's a really strange thing to try to do. You go to there, you go to here. You attack a queen, you go to there, okay. You have a couple rooks, so materially we're still not too bad, but obviously the lack of the queen is interesting. You can take it onto here. This thing isn't in the greatest spot. He's moving the shit there. Is there not something you could bring it here, but then you would adequately take? I don't even know what to do now. If you take, I could take, you could take back, you could take a pawn there, 5. There's a certain number of points I have to pass through, but I still don't know if that's entirely worth it. You could go like to here now, because if you simply, if you take, I can take back. Victory, game complete. So there's a certain number of points you have to get. So how many points is the thing actually worth? Is the king actually worth? Like, I don't even know that basic element. You would have, can you give me like more detailed stats or something? It doesn't tell me shit. Whatever. The point is, it generally seems to be worth it, but it's also like very scary because you have a situation where I just hate that. Why isn't that good enough just to do a proper mate? Maybe because you think, oh, there's all these zany pieces, so there has to be certain incentive to take, but there should just still be the base mode. Gravity Mage can directly target. No, but I can see this guy is like me if I was a little more creative. Like, I see the vision. It might seem scuffed, it might seem like it's not that popular, it might seem like it has its limits, but I can see the vision behind it. Why am I always white too? Because I have the honor code that I don't want to use the shit, any of the fancy stuff. But he's basically doing it the same way too. Like, the smallest change can make such a big difference. You go to there, you take, they take, but they can't take. They put the queen, we bring this. You don't even really have to try to save it, but we just gotta watch out for some cheeky piece that gets in my way. But this is part of the fun of, like, maybe, you know, oh, you're free to play new players, so your pieces will be mostly vanilla pieces. How boring is that? But it's actually good because you get to, you know, you don't want it to be necessarily too different. You bring it to there, I almost fuck. Something fell down. Okay, I almost, don't tell me my stream crashed in the process. You almost can't tell when playing chess because you have to. Okay, so the Archbishop covers a lot of ground, which is very confusing. I would assume that's a good trade anyway, too. Right, like whatever you got going is okay. We go ahead, we'll castle. That's perfectly fine with me. Like, because if you're gonna give up the Archbishop for a regular bishop, it might be worth the pawn. Although, it's, I don't know, or even for a stupid ass knight. Or wait, you could have take. That was actually not even worth it, but. Or you can do this now because you have to address the thing. And then in the act of letting me do that, if you take here, I take the queen. If you take this, then I take the bishop for free. I think, so that's worth it. It's 51 to 71, and then you get to basically, beginner. I'm surprised this many people are even playing this at all, though. Watch out for anything cheeky or sneaky that he can do. And I'm not really seeing anything, or what was that? What did he just take? Huh? I keep missing even like what they're doing, despite how crazy it is. Like how crazy the animations and everything are. I'm kind of forgetting, you know, a little bit that my bishop is there. Like, oh no, I blundered my pawn, but then somehow my bishop's gonna get trapped in there. Okay, so we take a thing. I feel like people are either moving too fast or they're just not very good in general, but it's okay. We can go to here, but we can't. I'm in a good material position, so I don't really mind too much. I'm a little bit nervous about the thing here, though. Um, you go ahead, you castle in some imaginary way, or what exactly happened? You can go like this, and you'll be guaranteed at least we're going to trade for that. I'm 71 points, and he's like, okay. It makes it seem like they're bots. I mean, clearly, but they could just be bad players. Maybe I'm just not used to playing players this bad because you're... Whatever. Everybody's a fucking tryhard in the normal game. The king is there. Now you should just be able to do whatever you want, too, with taking the... with the act of even taking the king victory. Now, is that because he resigned, or is it because we made the points hit 0? And I didn't pay attention yet again, still. Exactly what was happening, but I guess we don't really need to somehow. Try again. I mean, you're getting at least variety of pieces. I don't know if I... Wait. What does that mean, player only? What does that mean? Oh, so you were matching me against bots the whole time. Like, isn't that the whole fucking point of what playing on... Oh, I guess it wasn't. Wait. I thought that's what the whole option was in the first place. Ranked. Ranked against who, though? You can't do ranked against the bot. No. Okay, and if then it should be instant anyway. Player rating, yeah, then now we're really sub fucking 1000 elo. 200 elo over here, but it's not exactly the same system. Or Polytopia actually uses the elo system too, I'm pretty sure. Knights are capable of attacking from outside the range of most other champions. Just because they have this weird wonky fucking movement pattern, not because it's actually a good asset to have. Because some of these things are attacking like halfway across the board or something. Right, you could have that, like a catapult. It can only attack one square on the board at a time, like the one furthest adjacent from it. Like if you're on A1, it can only attack A8, and that's it. Nothing else on the board. You would have to just always be aware of that. Like every move, you have to just... You know, my king is in line with it, so I gotta move. So the next turn, he doesn't kill me. But that's all he can do, because... You know, that's the trade-off. So that's a very strong mechanic to be able to attack that far on the board. Bro thinks he's Karthus. Okay, so because you put on the player-only thing, apparently there were 19 players playing, though. Or now it's going to fuck me with this, like, the PvZ Heroes matchmaking. We're going to penalize you by our game being dead by forcing you to play against whoever we can find, even if they're much higher rated than you, even if it's an unfair matchup. And patch notes from June 7, 2021. Yeah, another thing big streamers could do is like single-handedly revive a game. Like, oh, if XQC went to play this, it would have 1 million, you know, players all of a sudden. That's a great power that you have. Like, whether it's considered brigading or somehow, you know, there's an incentive behind it, right? He just randomly plays a game and then it becomes a top game, like how Among Us that wasn't him, but like PewDiePie or somebody. It had been out for a while, right? But nobody was playing it really. It wasn't that popular, at least, and then it exploded just because of this streamer cult of personality reality TV show bullshit that they had going on. And so in the I mean, I enjoyed playing this even if those were bots, but I don't really understand what that means. But no, it's a case where you're basically able to, yeah, who are these 19 people playing then if it's not? Why do I need my fucking little Discord numbers in there, 5531 on top of everything else? Like, I hate when games do that or anything does that. Like, really, there's somebody else named One Quiet Gamer. There's 5,530 people named One Quiet Gamer in this dead game. Yeah, you could either single-handedly revive a game like that with the player base if you were so popular, or you could also kind of champion it and try to personally get involved and help their development and things like that. Whether with your clout that you have or just the money that you've made from the fucking whole experience. There's just so many cool things you can do with it. But no, I love the idea behind it. I don't understand the whole. So you're trying to tell me that there's no actual players playing this game, even though we saw on Steam charts there are apparently 19. So where are they? What rating could they possibly be? They must be cheating, even though there's no way to really cheat unless you use like the regular. You need like some sort of adaptive stockfish engine that accounts for every movement pattern of all these potential pieces. But no, this is exactly what I was even thinking about. Like with, oh, make chess into a card. No, actually, it wasn't exactly. I thought you would just make it like a regular card game, just inspired by chess pieces. But this is even more creative than that. Like between the variety, I'm not entirely convinced that it's perfectly even though, because some of these pieces are going to be jacked out. Right? It's not like completely fair. Even what I'm starting with wasn't fair because it was like, we're gonna play fucking Hikaru now, 2,900 rating plus on an inflated website standard at least. But no, what you have is the ability to look at it like, um, you have the ability to. I don't understand this shit at all, bro. Like, what is this? Why is that? What is everybody else doing then? Maybe they're just playing casual. Like, why does it matter anyway? Okay, if you were to classic select army, I mean, I'm more than happy with that actually. Play a friendly duel, no rewards. So this one is going to be the player only thing. Lifestone may be mitigated, something something. Player only. Let's see now. Experience at various random values. I don't know what exactly that means. I have this real penchant for stuff like that. Like the Hamumu games is a good example. That was like my 50. No, wasn't my no like my 100 follower celebration thing for the 50 for the 50 follower celebration. Or wait a second. No, was it 50 follower or was it affiliate? I think for my affiliate celebration on this channel, I played Diablo again, the original Diablo, which was my first playthrough of Permadeath officially in that format in 2016, just to try to give it another chance. And of course, I failed again, but that's what I chose to play for that. And then for my 100 follower celebration, I played the Hamumu games, which is like Kid Mystic, Spooky Castle, Professor Layton Supreme with Cheese, like these very obscure early 2000s indie games that are actually pretty good that I played as a kid that are, you know, just sort of weird, but I have this sort of penchant for stuff that is kind of maybe obscure like that, and just sometimes it can be very good. In fact, I almost wanted to make a format series like that where I would go back and play these super old games, but a lot of them won't work, and I can't get it to work on DOSBox either, so I can't figure it out. But I'd have to like actually get an old system, you know, Windows 95 or some shit. But even then, my concern would be how would I even record or stream it? Like, you're not going to be able to do it on there. I love this though. Like, what is the point, bro? That's so stupid. Where are these 19 people? What are they doing? Challenge locked. Maybe it's that thing only. View landmarks. I don't know what that means. You know, it looks like he's even given up on this game for all intents and purposes of what it is. Like, minions that attack. Oh, maybe this is actually a player. Blitz game, but I don't want to play Blitz. Fuck off. He's gonna have all kind of crazy pieces and stuff, which I don't even mind. Black to move beginner Artigal 8885. This dude could hit the knight. Wait, what? Well, I didn't understand. So he can hit it without actually. I think he can still do it. Okay, dude. Or it seemed like it could. I'm so confused. Like I don't know what his pieces do, and I don't want to figure out in the or I can't figure out in the context of a blitz game. So you're gonna cheese me like that. You can hit the pawn, but then the pawn can't hit back. That's the point. So the cover doesn't even matter here, and it's just dumb. Like what am I supposed to do? You'll hit, what the fuck? Kind of mover attack, range, destroy target. Ranged is overpowered though. There's no such thing as range in the fucking chess game. Even if it seems like it, it's really not, because like how is that fair? So you can just hit it and I can't hit back. It's like what? Its movement pattern is as bad as an elephant in fucking in Chaturanga, but in exchange you get to do whatever you want. I gotta get rid of that fucking archer, dude. Are you serious? You're so fucking annoying, bro. So who is attacking me back? Probably somebody. Look, at least we found a player to play against. Knight attacks swordsman. Teleport ability, unblockable. Okay. Which one do I think is better here? Petrify range for 5 turns. Okay, you're doing a little bit too much. Promotes to dragon. Ability target, teleport ability to this empty location. Status immune. I don't even know what's going on here. You go to here and you could do like some kind of crazy unleash idea. And the reason why you could do that is because okay, now you're in check basically, so you have to address that, and I'm also attacking this. I'm just going to assume every piece he has is like god level, and if I assume that, then I'll just trade it, you know, indiscriminately. But that fucking ranger did a little bit too much damage. Or what, are his pawns even better than... Wait a second. That's a little bit too much power creep stuff that your pawns are that good. The 61 to 65, so by that logic, I'm apparently still winning, which doesn't even really make sense, but I'm ending up taking his pawns with my bishop and stuff. Right, like that might not... I don't understand how that works even, but... I don't know, I'm very confused. Some of this range stuff is just too hard to figure out. Like, what am I supposed to do with this, man? The ghost is moving there, which seems really fucking crazy. That might be like an on caliber with the queen type of piece. Let me go ahead, castle. I don't understand how the score is even that close. Like, what have I done so far? You move this. You're hitting some random shit here. Let me... It's hard to tell whether these people are even good or whether they're just... you know, catching me off guard because of the pieces. Oh, I'm out of my prep. Like it's all just... So he can presumably take it with something, and I almost don't even give a shit. And so therefore you get to... Best way to learn how pieces move that you're not familiar with is to play it in a fucking blitz game. So is that like petrified for a certain amount of time? Not like it was doing much anyway, but I don't know what that's gonna mean. Some of these mechanics are a little bit almost too fucking complicated and convoluted, but you move it to there, which I don't understand still what that is either. Some of this stuff is maybe too valuable to him. As long as there's not something that's like hitting halfway across the fucking board. You took this, you take this back, or wait, what? What? What happened? What the fuck was that? Move or attack. Why did it get to instantly attack this at the start of your turn? How did you do that? Okay, so you just somehow were able to kill that over X number of turns. You hit that, but I can't hit it back. It just magically, or you can hit this now, presumably. Or no, it's not actually a rook that I was thinking. They have like way too many pieces, but maybe you can just hit that. Like it doesn't even matter. What is going on? You hit this and then you can hit it back, which makes it probably not worth it. Like my pieces might be better than his, but the temptation to trade is too great. Like what do I really expect is going to happen? You take this, you take this, you take it, I can take back, or you just teleport it away, which I don't really understand that either. So your bro is trying to do a little bit too much now. He's gonna fuck himself over. Like, how does any of this matter? I should have taken out this piece is the greatest piece, and this is the greatest ranger since Aragorn from fucking Lord of the Rings. Like, what the fuck is going on with this piece, dude? I'm so confused right now. I have very little material left, man. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. I just don't even know what to do, man. I'll try to promote, I guess, but it's too confusing when you can replace the pawns with all this shit too. Like he had 2 rows of pieces that just seem like actual pieces. This is a mindfuck beyond what I was expecting. The pawn row should still be pawns. Like I don't want to see that fucked around with. And then everything else is perfectly fine. Let me just keep going, I guess. The problem is all these ranged attacks too, where it becomes like, you know, you don't even, the cover doesn't even matter. I don't understand the scoring system. Look how many pieces he has left, even if they're all pawn equivalents, which they don't seem like they really are. This is still here. None of it really seems that threatening, but there's going to be something I don't realize. This thing goes here. He's going to be able to take my king somehow. Does that mean this is covered on there? I guess it is. Let me see. This you can apparently hit here, which I'm not really entirely grasping. I'm gonna end up flagging or some shit here too. No matter how strong I think the queen is or something, I'm not able to actually do anything with this. Right, this position is just kind of dumb. He's in check there, attacking there. You should probably be able to do it just as simply as this, where you're not able to... What is this movement pattern? Like, what am I looking at with the Banshee? What is all this fucking shit? This thing is covering that. I guess I'm safe there. I couldn't really say for sure, but he's attacking again. That's blocked over, and so is this. But I mean, you can lose the king and it's still fine, I guess. Or wait. I'm treating it like you would actually need to worry about that, but what the fuck is he doing? He could have presumably taken the queen there. Maybe you can't. I don't understand why not. You go ahead. You take this. So I'm going to somehow win because he doesn't know remotely what he's doing, I guess. But, bro, this is like a fucking troll experience, but whatever. This is what happens when you play like a real player. This is covering that, I'm pretty sure, is what the green shit would mean there. Let me just try to promote. Yeah, this is exactly how they would do it in Fire Emblem too, to show you the kind of rows and everything. Like, what he has isn't that. So, why can't we just play like a more normal kind of game? I'm happy that I found a player, but like, don't overdo it with this shit, especially when it has to do with the pawns and stuff. We go to here, I guess. There's gonna be times where stuff isn't covered, and you know, I'm not gonna take advantage. If I can promote this, I'll be in great shape. And I don't really feel too under threat by my king, but maybe it wouldn't take much, or maybe his pieces are just kind of a little overrated. That little ninja samurai thing was fucking stupid too. I don't know how it moves. How does the samurai move? Because he got to take like 2 things in a row. You can hit that, which really in itself doesn't bother me too much either. Let's go ahead. We'll do this. Now we turn it into a bishop, but why did we do that? Why did we turn the thing into a bishop? Why can't I get a queen or something? How do we determine that? Value 10, value 21, value 0. On death, lose 25 morale. But I don't know. That was at least an under promotion, the likes of which I'm not the biggest fan of. So can we just wrap this shit up, bro? Can I just take that? No, I can't. Try to take one of these, I guess. So you can maybe take the king, and maybe I don't care, or maybe I'll just I just want bloodshed. Like he's down to 5. How does this make any fucking sense at all? Even in the context of what I'm doing. How is he down to 3 points when he has this much material? It makes no sense. I'm totally lost, man. This is the most confusing thing I've ever seen in my life. Even though it seems like I'm winning, I could not even explain remotely what is happening. So now you can just do this. Yeah, you get your little last stand here. Take this shit. 0. So what? I guess it kind of makes sense, because if the queen is worth 21 and the bishop is worth, you know, just that variance was so great. So player only is on. So I assume that was actually a real player, and you could tell just by the insane jacked out stuff that they have there. Illusions block enemies but not allies. Again, I'm more than content to just play with the base piece set, but That's kind of like me with cosmetics, right? In Hearthstone or something. I'm fine with using the same boring vanilla ones over and over, but I get to see variety at least from other people, so let them be the little pay pig clown simps for the company and actually, do it for my entertainment too, or just in general with a free to play game overall, right? Let other people fund it with their money and I can just enjoy it for free then and get thousands of hours of enjoyment out of it and like not even have to worry about paying myself because I like the whole grind and having to work towards something and things like that. Let me try to play like maybe one more actual game, as I think we are actually undefeated, which I don't really get how that last game went, but he had way too many pieces. So how I should look at the point value to determine trades, right? How am I supposed to determine? I guess you don't get points if you're the one to recapture or something, because something wasn't right there. How does it mathematically make sense that we had so few pieces the whole game, but I guess maybe his are just worth a lot less? So I don't like that promotion too. Like if you really can get something promoted, it should be a queen or something. Why the fuck would it be a bishop? And why would it be automatically a bishop too? It must be tied to the piece itself. Like what if I had like all these other weird pieces I wanted to promote to, like one of whatever, one of his I want to promote to a samurai or some weird shit. The one dude we could potentially play against, and maybe we scared him out of here too. But yeah, this is pretty cool, and that maybe is just the hardest thing to figure is actually finding people to play against. I'm pretty sure it was in this mode, wasn't it? Or it could be in the casual mode too. I guess my rating is 168. Yeah, you if there's only 500 cards though, then it wouldn't be that hard to collect them all, right? So it's almost like you would need more. We need a new expansion. We need power creep. It's definitely very inspired. I don't mind even doing it in practice as long as it's actually against the player. Units that are difficult to use effectively are more likely to be underestimated by your opponent, such as the knight, most of all in regular chess. I'm not addicted to chess. I only play it once a week. Also, the rest of the week would be me doing stuff like this, like finding some other excuse or way to do it. Like in Roblox, I played Roblox chess, or in Neverwinter Nights, I played that one, or in every game I play on the Nintendo Switch, and then I go try to play it in Clubhouse chess or something. This is the problem, though. You always have this happen. Not that I didn't enjoy the games I played. That might have been the first actual online game that I played. Or my first multiplayer game that I played because, right, I just had that unchecked, which presumably means you're going against a bot, but I don't know why it would take so long then to find it or something. What I appreciate with these kind of things is at least it's still playable. Sometimes people will be like, oh, I give up on it because it hasn't been patched since 2021, so they don't care. But at least don't take it offline, which I understand sometimes there can be cost even to keep it up in a stale state. Like, speaking of PvZ heroes, again, it's always good that even though they gave up on the game, they still kept it online for you to be able to play, potentially. Just so they can milk it for more microtransaction money, surely, but that's always one of the great paranoias of mine in general, is my fear of games going offline before I ever get the chance to play them. And you might say, well, if you're afraid of that, just play it. Ha ha ha. Like when Spec Ops or something gets delisted, it's like, how can I play every single game in existence? And how would I even know which ones are prioritized? Right. Because I won't know what's going to go offline. And then one day suddenly it just will. Let me try the other mode again. Yeah, I mean, you could always try to play with friends, of course, but You know, you shouldn't have to do that exclusively for, yeah, where's the PvZ? I keep mentioning PvZ heroes. Where is that level of dedication when it comes to sort of a passionate fan base for even a supposedly dead game that will make the queue times faster than fucking Hearthstone? Creating an army, you can click the cost of a unit in full panel, search for other units at the same cost. So, I mean, I guess that's what it means. It's not that every piece is even, but it's even relative to the cost, or at least what he assumes. So what that archer did was sort of clown me in a way that's very frustrating, because it goes against the convention of the game of chess. They're like, oh, if something is covered, you have nothing to fear. But here, you're covered and they take you, but they don't have to, you know, trade back unless, of course, you're covered by some. No, even if you were covered by something that was range itself, it wouldn't matter because, you know, you're not covered. You have to attack it. There's nothing. Okay, why does this happen, bro? If there's literally 19, 20 people playing, like at least one of them should be here. The daily challenge can now be assigned various modifiers, has improved failsafes, and much higher bounds of variety. Yeah, what's with the little awkward border around the outside? Why do you need that? God damn it. All the best things have to have a downside. Wouldn't you rather play this than regular chess or countless other... You know, I guess I could consider this like a variant, but this was just like a little bonus thing. I was gonna still try to play variants too, but I guess I don't have that much time. I just want to play like one more game. Yeah, this is pretty fun, and let me just see what'll happen if I uncheck this. Like, I'll find a match instantly. And how would I know it's a bot? AI, or it even says it right there. AI Gen 53, like that's the real challenge of this, is that you'll have, I mean, even this is sort of like roguelike-ish, because even the people you're going against are going to have varying different pieces. So I should be able to beat this in my sleep, which I almost am already in it. So this is like a regular pawn, except it hits. Promotes tonight on death, lose 4 morale. So I assume... Oh, that's like that maybe? I don't understand the morale mechanic. But it's different than the core value, the 80 points. You have to get rid of 80 piece value, which is a little bit hard to figure. You're hitting that there. Let's see, what is this? This is only like special piece. Unblockable teleport. Move or attack on death, transform into Phoenix Egg. Like, what kind of a convoluted shit do we got going on here, dude? Zero hash 14 penalty 8 on melee death, destroy the attacker. I mean, sometimes you're just trying to be a little bit too cute with this shit. But that, yeah, that is basically trying to be equivalent almost of a queen, or 2/3 of a queen, which is almost like a rook value. You take, he takes. You could go here and try to take the Phoenix, but would it be able to cover that square? And the answer is it wouldn't actually be able to cover it. Okay. If you hit this, I can take back. And so what else is he up to? Gotta watch out for the stupid ass teleport, which I don't fully understand the meaning of that either. You bring a pawn, we bring a rook, or I mean, we just do the castle. So he's gonna beat me just in a very meta morale type way instead of actually. If you take, I could easily take back. You hit there, he hits there. I mean, this would be fun even to play against AI. Even to the extent that you're able to, you know, try all these different variations. It's like a roguelike kind of game where every game is going to be different pieces and things that you go against, and also just you could mess around with that too, obviously, and use different ones yourself. What exactly is this? Pawn plus? Move only, attack only. Move from starting position, promotes to bishop plus. That you could easily just take, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, what was that crazy thing? What was all that crazy shit going on? So he's gonna teleport to there, which means what exactly? Doesn't that mean I could just anticipate where he's gonna be and just take it? Which I'm not even saying I would necessarily want to do that, but because it's only worth 14 versus 21, or maybe he's not even doing it. You're hitting that, which doesn't really matter. You're hitting... You would hit that. I'm kind of confused. Kind of just want to trade stuff in my general bloodlust, but this is... I was going to say this guy, this bot, is being pretty disciplined at least about not doing that. You can hit it back easily. That's still fine. And then you get to... He hits there. I should be able to hit here just fine. You're hitting this, which you wouldn't be able to do, obviously. They're not really too concerned about the safety of their king. You can just go ahead, take their trade. This shouldn't be anything of too much consequence for now. So the main thing is I don't want to trade the Phoenix for this shit just yet. And the reason why... What was that? The reason why is the simple fact that... You got to double attack it at least, which he's having a little trouble doing. You're moving this into here. The knights aren't really doing me many favors here. In fact, they're just going to totally fuck me over. Well, if you don't address the pawn, then at least I'll promote it in the same breath here. Right, so is it really worth it? You go for it. If he takes, I take. Which in that case is worth it. Right, I'm pretty sure that's worth it. At least, or now you get the Phoenix Egg shenanigans that may or may not be actually worth it. You go ahead, you give a check, you raise that. Immune to compel on death, lose 8 morale. At the start of your opponent's turn, value increases by 1 if this unit is not afflicted by any negative status ailment. Transform into Phoenix if value is 14 or above. You just have to remember to get rid of that shit here. You go here, everything's good. Yeah, that's gonna keep going up there. And then you get to go like this. So it's definitely very much under control of a position. If you go up, I can take... Oh, or I fucked up, I guess. You go ahead, you hit that, and then what do we do? I don't want to leave this for too long even, but it shouldn't really come down to that. You have this here. Took the king down to 12. And you have, like if I lose in a situation like this, I would be very sad. He's covering there. We're double attacking this. Oh, we just win. We win even by taking the Phoenix Egg after all the showboating and whatever shit around that. Like, this bro is literally went above and beyond. I'll just say that. Okay, let me wait a few minutes. This is kind of the sad part, though. I think we only maybe really played one game against a player, which we did win still, but in fact, I've won every single game, I think, period. But whatever, that's not even the important part, but I guess I was doing it in some sort of permadeath sense too. At least that if I lose, I have to like get rid of a piece for good and then change it. And even if I have multiple of the same piece, it just means like I have a rook on A1 or whatever, so I have to get rid of that rook only. And then whatever, and then it becomes something else, and then if I lose, I have to get rid of something else. That next thing that I added in there. Archers and rangers can be used to lock down target areas of the board without even the consequence of having to worry about getting captured back is the problem. We have Fire Emblem at home, Fire Emblem at home. That's really what it reminds you of more than anything, but then again, I guess Fire Emblem in and of itself will allow you to, you know, think of chess. This just shows you the boundless imagination that people have instead of just playing the same stale, repetitive game over and over. This is the real value of the game right here. Why is it so hard? That's the hardest part sometimes of any of these games. It's not actually anything in the game. It's just actually finding somebody to play with. It's free too, so it's not like it would be that hard to, you know, anybody can just do it. Maybe this is just like a bad time because it's sort of late at night. Okay, whatever. I do badly want to actually play another player, but fuck off. I don't get this whole rating thing it does either. Like, the longer you wait, it'll... Like, look at the random experience. Like, what the fuck is it doing? It just increases the range to rub it in your face. Like, okay, we can't find anybody, so... Sylphs and air elementals can be used to increase morale throughout the battle. I don't really understand how the morale mechanic even works. If that's a separate counter, and if that runs out, then you just lose on the spot, I guess. But yeah, and before this game goes offline too, before it ever was even finished. More like Chess Evolved offline. But no, this at least makes it a little more fun to potentially play against bots. Whether you actually want to do that or not, I can't say. But okay, see you tomorrow.